Hey, what's happening? It's your dude, the merciless Reese L. Black. Welcome back to the booth. Disclaimer. There's like the Mexican ice cream man who's walking around my neighborhood right now, and he's honking the little horn to get customers to come out. So I apologize if the edits are gonna possibly be heavy during this segment, but I'm just giving you the heads up because he was honking the hell out of that horn trying to get some customers to come out their house running to get some ice cream in this cold ass Bay Area weather. Like, it's 50 degrees right now. Who the hell wants some of that ice cream? But anyways, welcome back to the booth. Today I pretty much wanted to cover a couple of things, that I've seen lately. One I really didn't want to speak on because I was like, oh, who cares? But then I was like, you know what? I'll speak on it. But first things first, I wanted to cover a little something before there's a misunderstanding that starts to go viral or something. So, y'all girl, the biggest woman in hip hop right now, Sexyy Red, was actually on the Breakfast Club. And so there's just being these clips running around that you see about Sexyy Red really turning a cold shoulder to Jess Hilarious on the show and everything. And of course, unlike everybody else, I had to pretty much just watch the whole thing because there's some platforms out there that was saying like, man, that was very awkward of Sexyy Red. Like, Jess, what the hell did you do? What the hell did you say? So I pretty much went ahead and I watched the whole 45-minute segment because it really wasn't that long. I pretty much just went ahead and watched the whole thing, and it was actually a pretty good interview. But I wanted to go ahead and start with something. For one, really what ended up happening was Sexyy did not want to even look at Jess because she felt like Jess came at her wrong, right? So she felt that she had said something, OP, and Jess was like, what the hell did I say? I didn't say anything about you. Like, I like your music and everything. And the thing is, Jess is kind of like me. She really doesn't follow too many people on Instagram, right? And then so Sexyy kind of felt like, man, you don't even follow me on the gram, and you over here talking bad about me and whoop, whoop, whoop. And Jess is really like, what the hell did I say about you? I didn't say anything. And it's funny because while that was playing, I decided to do some homework myself. So I decided to go on YouTube or just Google Jess Hilarious and Sexyy Red, and literally there was nothing that came up. So yeah, Jess is right. She didn't say anything. But what ended up happening was Charlamagne ended up doing some homework during the segment, trying to find out what the hell that she said. Jess ended up talking about, like, this is pretty much what she talked about, like when her cameraman pretty much asked her, hey, I'm paraphrasing because I forgot that fast. Basically, she was basically like, what's on your bucket list? And Sexyy Red talking about, to smash a whole lot of D, But she was just joking. Sexyy Red even said to herself, I just be playing. I just be trolling. I just be saying whatever. I mean, I have a sense of humor. And Jess Hilarious actually talked about that. They finally found the audio segment of what Jess was talking about. So she brought that up. The cameraman asked, Sexyy Red responded, and Jess is pretty much like, that was all that was it. It's like, I didn't agree with the answer or whatever, but Jess is a comedian. She said what she said, but she didn't say anything offensive or anything like that. That's why I was kind of like, oh, that was it. But Sexyy Red, she didn't demand an apology. She would like an apology. Jess gave her the apology, and the interview was on and popping. It was all good. It was all love and everything. But still, I was watching like, but Jess Hilarious just didn't even do it. She still didn't do nothing. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't even say anything wrong. She didn't say nothing OP, nothing offensive, nothing, but Jess Hilarious, just being a grown-ass adult, was just like, well, hey, I apologize if I offend you or whatever. But then, like, Charlamagne made a great point. Like, yo, you're in the limelight, and you be doing some OP stuff too. So therefore, the public is going to talk about you. Down the interview, Sexyy Red even made a point like, I don't see how people can even just like be all up in your business. But if you're a public figure and you're just doing anything and everything out in public, even if it comes to trolling, people are going to say something about it. They're going to have their opinions. People are going to go on their platforms if they're content creators and talk about it on the podcast, give their little insight on TikTok and everything, and they're going to talk about you. You're Sexyy Red. I'm sorry. What you give out, people are going to take in, and they're going to say whatever they're going to say about it. So from the twerking, half naked, barefooted, pregnant, On stage, a lot of people think that's hot, and a lot of people out there don't think that's hot. Some people out there think it's sexy. Other people out there don't think that shit is sexy. When you're a public figure, you gotta have thick skin. You're going to be ready for it, especially you. I mean, the Pound Town song was a joke. She even said it over and over again. She freestyled it, pussy pink, booty hole brown. It was a joke. That joke became a hit. It became a staple in hip hop. You know what I mean? It is the ratchet anthem. That shit beat out Fuck Nigga Free. It beat it. This is ratchet #1 song of all time. There is no way anybody can top this shit. That's sexy. There is nothing else any other chick can do that can top anything that Sexyy Red does. She real hood. She real ratchet. She gonna keep the shit that way. But if you look at her interviews that she does, she's actually, very, very, very chill and everything. Very real. And that's why a lot of people like her. She's very honest. She's very transparent. What you see is what you get. She doesn't hold anything back. So you can understand why a lot of people, dig her and everything, because lately you kind of see a lot of people who be on the fuck shit in the interviews just kind of fake or whatever, or they get caught being fake. So at least Sexyy Red pretty much just gives you honesty up front, like, yeah, this is who I am. This is who I be. What you see is what you get. That's what it is at the end of the day. And for you guys out there who be on her about the catching chlamydia thing, it's just like, look, she didn't get chlamydia just being out there for the streets. You know what I mean? Her man came and gave it to her. Like, damn, because he was always cheating. And it's like, bro, you got to be careful, man. Like, you can't be out there raw dogging. Like, you could have killed you and your boo. You could have got HIV. You could have got worse than just chlamydia. You better be happy you could just pop a pill and like move on to the next. It's like, nah, you may not be so lucky next time. So fellas, wrap it up. Ladies, tell them to please slide a bag on it, because this don't make no sense. Like, STDs cannot be rampant like that. Like, remember that? What was it? Coachella, I think, where they had that rampant herpes epidemic. Ugh, it's nasty. I really didn't care. I really don't care about this. I don't. But, okay, I had to speak on it. Adam 22. So Adam 22 was on the Whatever podcast, right? And the Saint and the Sinner was also on there as well. I didn't even know them two even had beef, right? But paraphrasing of what happened, they didn't like each other. I never knew that they didn't like each other, right? So I didn't even know about that until they were actually on the show together, right? And just so Marquette, I think that's his name, Saint and Sinner, he was pretty much going after Adam for his alternative lifestyle. Right now, Adam is being called a cuck. I think they were calling him Adam 16 or Cuck 22. They just giving him this nickname because of him sharing his wife, with another adult film star, for her OnlyFans, right? Lena the Plug. But she's an adult film star. She's always been that. Shit, Adam has done porn himself too. You know what I mean? I wasn't looking for that shit. But it's like, he does that shit too. So everybody is pretty much was coming for his neck because you casted this brother to pretty much smash your wife. But it's like, no, that's not what happened. Another adult film star was working with this film star. That's what happened. That's that industry. And that's what I kind of wanted to speak on there. Not everybody is traditional. Not everybody is conventional. When you're an adult film person who marries another adult film person, what do you think is going to happen? They're working. It's not like they had a thing. It's like, no, they were kind of working. So in my way of, Saint Center really getting on Adam, like about his lifestyle was kind of like interesting. It was. You'll never understand that lifestyle because you're not a part of it. The kink community is a whole other world. You know what I mean? I actually know somebody very close who's into that community, and they gave me up on that. And don't get me wrong, when I sit back and I hear the things about it, it's like I'm actually absorbing the information about it. Alan Roger Curry was part of that community. People forget that he was part of the BDSM. He was into that. You know what I'm saying? When, the late Alan Roger Curry, when he was married to his Muslim wife, he still let her know, I still need that option to go out and get sex on the side, even if it's not with you. Obviously, she must have said yeah, or she wouldn't have married him, and they had a son together at the time. You know what I mean? And I think people seem to forget that as well. Now, is she allowed to go do whatever, the same as he? I don't know. That's their business. But the kink world is a whole other world. Do you realize the kink world get on us for being monogamous? Oh, shit. Mr. Lucario, the bad boy himself, remember, he's in an open marriage. And even he pretty much, he doesn't try to persuade men to be, poly. He doesn't. What he pretty much likes to do is, because Mr. Lucario, I know your ass. What Mr. Lucario likes to do is he likes to make you think, to be open-minded, to be more objective. The thing is, a lot of us, in a traditional sense, we have pretty much been conditioned to just believe in this one thing. Be monogamous, get married, have a family, and do the best you could do, to control the urges you have to sleep with, other people outside of your marriage, or even to discuss the fact that you have desires for something new. But if you bring that to the table, it might ruin your marriage, because a lot of couples have done that. They try to have threesomes and everything, and it went to their marriage go into shambles and everything. But that is a whole other world. Like, that is whole other world. It's like, if anybody has ever seen pimps, they really can't believe it. Like, how is this man surrounded by women who have sex and they give him the money? A lot of people don't know about that underworld. And shout out to Uncle Ron Wills. And Ron, welcome back. Glad you doing better, and you still into recovery. Shout out to him. But Uncle Ron Wills always talks about the sexual underworld. Affy Kingdom also knows about the sexual underworld. And I gotta admit, even some of the things, I've been there, when I was an exotic dancer back in the day, you know what I mean? I touched it, but I was never deep down into that rabbit hole. That's like, hey, I dance for the ladies and I collect my money and I'm out of there. I wasn't sleeping with none of the clients or nothing like that. But there's a whole other world out there that a lot of you people don't know about. And who are you to judge? Who are you to pretty much compare? Like, your lifestyle is different from theirs. It's like religion. Not everybody is down with Christianity and not everybody is down with Islam. But some people are down with Buddhism, Taoism, you know what I mean? Dude, this world is so damn vast and large that your mind can't even comprehend. But I do think there needs to be a place where it's like, you know nothing of this space. You know nothing about this mental comfort. So there's some people out there, they're probably uncomfortable when it's like, you really don't want to kick it with somebody else. You really just want to kick it with me. It's like, dang, you need to find you another third party because I'm about to go do my thing. Like, they get uncomfortable when you want to be monogamous. Like, what's going on with you? But everybody's different in some case. You know what I mean? But for Saint Sinner to pretty much come after Adam's neck, just because, he quote unquote shares his wife, it's like, that's industry shit. I thought he was, thing is, he be on some player shit. I thought he would know that about now. That kind of questions me about his ass. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, players, pimps, they know about the underworld. You know what I mean? You know how many pimps are married to wives where they pretty much let men smash their wife too, whatever. It's like, yo. The whole cook thing is like, that's a whole nother world. That's some kink shit. They don't use that cuck shit in the kink world. That's what they do. But anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and take the time out to throw that vid out there. And y'all know how I do. And I'm out this piece. Good evening, Mr. Black.